Okay guys, we are on topic 9.2 and 9.3. We're going to combine them together because they just go together. So we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to dive right in. You're going to need your notes and your pencil. Our objective is to use inverse relationships between the multiplication, the division, or fraction so we can solve them. Inverse means opposites. So when you multiply fractions, you just multiply the numerators and the denominators. When you use division, you're going to do the inverse. We're going to flip one of them. We're going to do the opposite and then multiply. And I'm going to explain to you why. So you write topic 9.2 and 9.3. We're just going to use Roman numeral 2. We're dividing fractions. So I'm going to show you why we have to do the inverse. This says 3 divided by 1/2. What it's asking you is how many times can a 1/2 fit inside of a 3? Go into it, divide into it. If we just divided straight across, we would get 3 divided by 2, which is a 1.5. The real answer is 6. The reason for that is because right here I have a picture of 3 blocks. I'm going to figure out how many times a half can go into it. So I look at my first block, I'm going to break it into half. So that's 1, 2 halves so far. On my second block, I'm going to break it into a half. And my third block, I'm going to break it into a half. So how many times does half go into a 3? Half goes into a 3 6 times. Mathematically, what I did is I did 3 over 1, and then I did its inverse, and I multiplied, and you get a 6, okay? So you're really dividing, but because of the way our brains work, we use an inverse thing. So the first thing you need to know is this word reciprocal. The C makes an S sound. Reciprocal, it means the opposite or the inverse. And we're going to just practice doing the reciprocals. The reciprocals of 2/3 is 3 over 2. We just flip it. The reciprocal of 1 over 8 is 8 over 1, which becomes just an 8. The reciprocal of 5, well, first we have to turn it into a fraction, which is 5 over 1. So we're going to flip it and we get 1/5 because we flipped the 5 over 1. Okay? So now let's look at our math problem. 2/5 divided by 8/15. Our first step is to find the reciprocal of just the second fraction, just the second one. You leave the first one alone, just like we left the 3 alone. You leave the first one alone. So our new problem says 2/5, and we're going to find the reciprocal of our second one, 15 over 8. Our second step says cross cancel. So we're going to see if we can do anything this way. So I have a 2 and an 8. I know that 2 can go into both of them. 2 goes into 2 1 time, and 2 goes into 8 4 times. I then I'll have 5 and 15. 5 goes into 5 1 time, and 5 goes into 15 3 times. Then we multiply straight across. So not only did we flip our second fraction, but we also flipped our sign to be the opposite, which is multiply. Multiply straight across, and we get 3/4. And then simplify if you can. I'm going to move this board out. It's rattly. Stay. Okay. So now let's try it again here. We have 8 divided by 2/5. Well, my first problem is that 8 is not a fraction. So I need to turn it into a fraction. 8 over 1. Because remember, fractions are just unfinished division. 8 divided by 1 divided by 2/5. Now we go back to our list. Reciprocal of the second fraction, that's this one. So I need to flip this one over. I get a 5 and a 2. Not only am I doing the reciprocal of the second fraction, but I'm also going to change this sign from a division to multiplication. It's its inverse. Step 2, cross cancel. So 2 goes here, and 4 goes here. The 5 and 1 don't do anything. We're going to multiply straight across. We get 20 over 1. And we're going to simplify. 20 divided by 1 is just a 20. The last one we're going to look at right here is 4/9 divided by 16. Again, we need to turn 16 into a fraction. So we're going to do 4/9 divided by 16 over 1. Because 16 divided by 1 is just 16. Now we're going to do the reciprocal of just the second fraction. So we're going to flip that one. So 1 over 16. And we're going to find the reciprocal of our division, which is multiplication. And now we're going to cross cancel. Multiply straight across, we get 1/36. Okay, now here's the next thing. Look up at me. You have a chance for a bonus point because I've got some people who are not finishing these videos. I'm going to tell you a joke. If you write the answer at the end of here, then you get a bonus point. Here's my joke. What's green and red and goes 100 miles per hour? So if you put the answer on here, then you get a bonus point. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.